Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today I am going to start discussion on Apache Airflow, which is one of the very popular tool or tech stack to schedule our workflows, whether that is ETL pipeline or ELT pipeline, right? And I got multiple requests to cover this particular topic along with Snowflake. So just I am going to start discussion on this particular topic, that how to set up Airflow using AWS services and how to execute Snowflake queries or how to schedule Snowflake queries using it. On that, today we are going to discuss some fundamental concepts. Okay. So without any further delay, what I will do first, I will log in my Snowflake account, and here I have opened my AWS management console also. So here first I will launch an EC2 instance. And in that EC2 instance, I am going to install Airflow and we are going to schedule our job using it. Okay, right? So here I will go to EC2 and then I will go to instance and then launch instance, Airflow cluster Snowflake, some name I have given. I will choose Ubuntu instance. Okay, and then here I will choose 3-tier eligible. But here instance type, I am going to use postgres for our Airflow database. So for that I need at least 2 GB memory. So I will choose T2 small as instance type. Okay. The key pair, I am having already one existing key pair. So I will choose that, and then keeping all other properties as default, I will launch the instance. Okay. So here see, currently instance state is in pending. So till then I will go to security and I will allow all traffic to this EC2 instance, because the Airflow server we need access as website, right? So all traffic from anywhere IPv4 I want to allow. So I will save this, and now here I will go to EC2 dashboard, instance running. So here see, currently our instance is running. Now we need to install some components, so we'll quickly do that. So I will copy the public IP and I will do SSH using putty. Okay. So here I will choose the key pair file, and then here login as Ubuntu, which is basically our default user ID for Ubuntu accounts. To make sure the timeout will not happen due to idleness of the terminal, I will just increase this to 10 seconds. Okay, that is fine. Now here we need to execute certain queries. All these codes I will be providing in the description box or in the comment section. Just you have to make sure you are executing all of them before starting the actual code. Okay. So here let it install. We will do the next execution, that is pip3 pip we will install. And then here next one SQLite3 also will install. And then this one also I will do. And then here I will install AWS CLI also if required. Then we need virtual environment to work with different Python modules. So I will install that also. And then here we will create a virtual environment, and then we will activate that virtual environment. Okay, right? And then what we are doing here, we are installing Airflow. And once Airflow is installed, we will install all the related packages which are required to connect in between Airflow and Snowflake. Okay. And then as part of next step, we can do Airflow.db init to start our Airflow database. And then here in postgres, we will do some configuration. So I will execute those commands also. So this is just little bit setup. As a data engineer point of view, we might not need to focus much on this installation parts. Just we need this for POC purpose and all. But actually when you will work in real project or something, then obviously these things will be taken care of by the DevOps team and other admin team. Okay. So here for Airflow backend, I am going to use Postgres. So I will just install that, and then here I will execute this command to enter in Postgres. And once that is done, we will execute this command to enter in Postgres. So see here we entered in Postgres prompt. I will execute these three code. So basically we are creating a Postgres user with name Airflow for storing all the tags, information and all. And once that is done, we can exit this. So again we came back to the terminal of our virtual environment. Then as part of next step, if I execute ls to check what are the things available in our current directory, here you will see Airflow and venv. These two things are available. So what we will do, we will enter in that Airflow directory, and if you do ls here airflow.cfg, in this particular configuration file we need to change something. Okay, so for that I need to execute these two commands. So that is done, and then here I can again do airflow.db init, and now we have to create one user ID password authentication for our Airflow system. Okay, so we'll do that. So here Airflow user ID will be Airflow, and now here it will ask what is the password. So we need to provide the password what we are going to use later point of time. So password as of now I am giving admin@123 exclamatory mark. Okay, I have to repeat it. So it is provided, and see user Airflow created with role admin. Okay, so the new role is created and that same user ID password I have kept here. Now what we need to do, all our Python codes what we want to schedule, that we are going to store in a particular directory, and that we need to configure in airflow.cfg location also. So what we will do, first we will create the directory where all our Python codes will be there what we want to schedule using Airflow, and then here what I will do, I will basically update airflow.cfg file. Okay, so to do that I can use winscp if required, or you can use vi command also to do that changes. So here what I will do, I will enter in this particular EC2 instance. So host name is this, user ID is Ubuntu, and then password I will choose the ppk file, and I will log in. Okay, and now here I will go to Airflow, and if I enter in Airflow directory, here airflow.cfg file is available. So here we need to edit some properties. So first property is tag folder, where all our Python codes will be sitting which we want to schedule. So for that we created this particular directory. So what we will do, we will basically change this location to this. Okay, that is number one change. Number two change, if you see that when you will start Airflow, that time lot of example tags will be available. So I don't want to load those example tags. So this particular property I need to make as false. Okay, if you just search with these properties, here you will get that, and as of now it is configured as true. All I will do, I will make this false. Okay, that is false. And what else we need to do, no other changes is required. So here I will just close this one. Okay, so here it is connecting, and then here it will save those changes what we performed using winscp. Even if you want to double confirm, you can reopen the file and just check once. See, tags folder is updated, and that logs load example one also configured as false. So that is perfect up to now what we have configured. Now what we can do, let's go through the code what we want to execute in Snowflake from Airflow. Okay, what we want to schedule. So here if you see, this is a very simple Python code. We are importing all the necessary modules. The most important part is different operators like Snowflake operator, Python operator, etc. They are building block of Airflow tag using which we can do some operation. Like using Python operator, we can execute or call some Python code. Using Snowflake operator, we can execute certain Snowflake queries, etc. Right? And here we are enabling logging also. Now here default argument we can pass for our Airflow job. So here owner we are configuring as Airflow. So in production system we are having different teams. Which team is owning what tag, that if you want to configure, that you can put in these arguments. Okay, and then start date. So basically what happens that Airflow, just like other scheduling tools like for example auto says here in Airflow also the job will run with certain time interval, right? So first time when it will start, so that is called as start date. After this start date only it will start following that schedule time, and based on that it will run. So start date I am configuring 2 days ago. Okay, you can configure any static value which date already passed, that one also you can configure here. So that way as soon as you will configure this particular DAG, your DAG will be ready for running at its next run. And if you are configuring start dates as some future value, then after that only the Airflow will start running as per its schedule manner. I hope you are getting it. That is first time when the DAG should start, that here we are configuring. And then here we are creating our DAG object. The DAG ID we are configuring Snowflake automation DAG. This is the DAG name. And then here we are writing some Snowflake queries in an array. Okay. First we are creating a table and then we are inserting some dummy data in it. So these two queries we want to execute using our Airflow job. So now how to write the Airflow DAG or directed acyclic graph? That is with DAG. This DAG already we have configured here. And then here first component or first task or code what I want to run, that I am writing that create table. First I want to execute a create table command in Snowflake. So I am using Snowflake operator for executing the Snowflake query. And then here the Snowflake query what I want to execute, that we need to provide in SQL. Okay. So in SQL I am providing Snowflake query of 0. So Snowflake query is this one which is basically an array. That first element I want to execute in create table. I hope you are getting it. And then all the Snowflake necessary connection informations you need to provide in Snowflake-con. In Snowflake-con will provide the warehouse name, account ID, user ID, password, okay, database name, schema name, etc., etc. Whatever has to be used while connecting with Airflow and Snowflake. So that will configure. No worries on that. And the second task what we are configuring for Airflow is inserting data. That is basically this particular query we want to schedule. So first we want the create table should be executed and then insert data. So using this particular symbol we can set up the dependency which will make sure first create table will be executed and then insert data. Okay. This is the very simple Python code. I hope you are easily getting that. Now what we will do, we will first create this particular Python code in this directory. Okay. So here what I will do, I will go to this directory cd, this one. As of now in DAGs if you see it is empty, nothing is there. So I will just do a vi hello world.py. Okay, and then here I will insert my code. So here code we have inserted, and then we can press escape and then save this code. Or else what we can do, instead of doing like this way, if you want to follow some other approach, you can follow WinSCP also. So let me do one thing. Let me save this particular code in a directory, maybe config directory I will save. So here hello underscore world.py. Okay. So here I have saved this particular Python code. So I'll go to WinSCP. I will go to that location, and here we are having our hello world.py. And this is our EC2 instance. So in EC2 what we will do, here we are having our DAGs location where all the Airflow DAGs should be sitting. I will just drag and drop that to here. Okay, hello world.py came. Now if you want to check, here I can open using putty. Using Ubuntu we can enter, and now here what we need to do, first we will go to our virtual environment, and then here if you check the DAGs location, that is basically this particular location. If I do ls, here see hello world.py is there. So that means our DAG is fine. Now what we need to do, we need to start our Airflow server. Okay. So here we will start that. So to start our Airflow server, we need to execute certain commands. And first command is airflow.db init. We'll execute that. So initialization done. Now the next step, what we have to execute, that is Airflow web server. Okay. So we'll execute Airflow web server. I'll make sure no timeout is happening for this terminal also. by changing this 0 to 10. Okay, and then I will just duplicate this particular session, and I need to start the scheduler also. So I will enter in Ubuntu, and then I will activate the virtual environment, and then here I will start the scheduler. So to start the Airflow scheduler, the command is airflow scheduler. Okay, so here we will start the scheduler also. So it is started now. Now we should able to access the Airflow server. So I will take the EC2 public IP. I'll paste that in the Google Chrome, and by default Airflow runs in 8080 port. So I will just hit 8080. Now we need to provide user ID password. So user ID already we have configured, right? What is the user ID? The user ID is Airflow. So I'll copy that and paste it, and the password is this one. I'll copy that and paste it, and I will click on sign in. So this way here now we will enter in our Airflow terminal or UI, and here you will see that Snowflake automation DAG. So for this particular Airflow DAG, we have given the name Snowflake automation DAG. That one is coming here. Okay, if I click on that particular DAG, here you will able to observe the tree view of it. Okay, or graph view of it. So click on graph view, and here you will see first create table and then insert data in it. So now we can start the DAG, but only thing we need to configure is the Snowflake con. This Airflow need the Snowflake connection to connect with our Snowflake account, right? So first what I will do to do this experiment freshly, first I will drop a database, and I will create the database and use that database. As of now, if I execute select start from source table, you will see nothing is there. Now using this particular DAG, we will create that table and populate data in it. First we need to create the connection. So for that, click on admin and then click on connection in a new window, and then here you can click on plus, and then here connection ID you can provide Snowflake con, because that's what we have used in the code also, and the connection type should be Snowflake. Just search with Snowflake, you will be getting that host name. So for Snowflake host name, it is basically this particular unique identifier, then dot. Here I have to provide my region. So in my case, the Snowflake region is in US is 2.aws, then dot snowflake computing.com. Okay, then schema. I am using public schema, no new schema providing. Now login user ID password. So generally whenever we go to production system for Airflow, we are having a specific separate login ID password, but I am using my account admin one only. So this is the login ID, and password also I will be providing. So password I have provided. Now account. So account is basically this particular one only, and then .us is 2.aws, right? Warehouse. So here we are using free trial. So we are having compute_wh. So same one we will be using here. Compute_wh. Database name, we have created the database with the name Ramu, and then region already we have configured US is 2, so no problem. I will just write that same. AWS access key, secret key not needed. Role. So for Snowflake, as of now we are using account admin, so let me use that one only. Okay, right, account admin, and almost it is looking good. If you want, you can write some description and we can save this one. Okay, right. So this particular connection our Airflow Snowflake operator can use to connect with Snowflake. Now we can go back to DAGs, and here if you see currently the DAGs is not scheduled. Okay, so next schedule it is showing none. Why none? Because here if you observe, we have configured schedule interval none. But suppose you need to run this particular code daily at 4 PM, 6 PM, etc. You can configure, not a problem. I will show that in upcoming videos. Let me go to graph view. And here the timestamp by default shows in UTC format. If you want, you can enable IEST also, which is basically 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of UTC. Now here what I will do, I will trigger this particular tag. Okay, so here initially we have seen the table was not existing. Now if I execute, till now it is not existing. So let's see. So here it failed for some reason. Red color means failed. If you want, you can check the logs. So here click on logs. Let's see what is the issue appearing. So here also in terminal the error is printed that the trigger failed. Maybe I will duplicate this session in a new tab to make sure it is loading quickly. So here logs are coming up. Let's see. Okay. So here in snowflake-con, I think I have configured wrong value. Only I kept US is 2, but I should be writing AWS also. So here I can go to connections and let me just verify. So here I will search that. So connection ID, with that I will search, and the connection ID is Snowflake. So just search it. So here this is the one. I will try to edit it. So here I have given EVS is 2.aws. I think region I need to provide here also. EVS is 2.aws. I think that's why it failed. Let me save it. So here it is saved. Now I can go back to my Snowflake automation tag and I will try to run it again. So I just refreshed the page once and it was in failed status. So what I will do, I will trigger this tag again. So here you can refresh. So see, both got success. Green color means success. If you just put your mouse pointer over this create table, here local IST, if you observe, it is showing 1925. And see, currently it is 7:25 PM. Even if you click on insert, it is 1925 only, right? That means these both codes are executed. Now if I do select start from source table, I should be able to see the data. So see, it got successfully executed and inserted the data. Now if you observe this code, here I am executing create table only once, create table if not exist, and then inserting the data. So here, if I again execute the tag, what will happen? First, this comment will not at all impact because table is already created, but insert query will be executed again and we should see duplicate data. That means currently 7 rows are there. If I run the tag again, we should see 14 rows. So let's see that one also. So here what I will do, I will trigger the tag and see it just now changed the color also. It is green color now. That means both codes executed. So here now if I execute, I should see 14 records. See, earlier it was 7. Now same set of records got inserted again, so it got duplicated. Okay, so if I just sort based on employee name, here you will see that AA, then BB, CC, DD duplicate records are there. Okay, so this is how you can set up the integration between Airflow and Snowflake and schedule your automation scripts. Okay, so in our upcoming videos we will discuss more concepts related to Airflow, EC2, Snowflake and different AWS services. For more interesting projects and different cloud integrations, stay tuned. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you for watching.